We're thinking about community and why it's important and why it matters for those of us who claim to follow Jesus. Community matters because we're created for it. God created us for community. And because Christ is there when we gather, Christ is in community. But more than those two things, we also have this promise that as we gather together, we get to care for one another in community. Paul was advocating for this approach constantly in his epistles to the churches. And over in Galatians 6:2, he calls the church, those who are following Jesus, to bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. How can you do that if you're not in relationship with people so that you can bear their burdens? Community means that you're going to be engaging with people in such a way that you get to know what is a difficulty for them, what's hard, what they're struggling with. And you're going to step in as a follower of Jesus to say, how can I help? And the beauty of community when we're following Christ and living out the gospel is not only are we giving so that we care for others, but they're giving back. They're saying, how can I care for you? There's this almost competitive spirit that Paul conveys when he says to outdo one another in our love for one another. Community is a place where we express the care of God to one another. We can't do that if we're not engaged in it. This is one of the big reasons that community matters for our church, because we need to care for one another and we need to be cared for. You've got to find a place to be in community, and we want to help you do that. Know that community matters. Know that you meet Christ there. You're created for it, and this is the place that you get cared for.